Welcome to the Militia Gaming community. I'm Trigger, and today we get to talk about the 2016 Aston Martin Vulcan. Let's go! Alright, real quick before we get into the video, we redesigned the website, the Militiagamingco.com website. It's got all of my Need for Speed Heat builds and all of my best guides. So if there's something specific that you're looking for, or you're having trouble running from the cops or something like that, my best guides are on the website. That's Militiagamingco.com. Alright, let's get into it. The first bit of information that I want to give you is the engine. That's what I always do. And for this 2016 Aston Martin Vulcan, the best engine is the 460 horsepower 6.2 liter V8. It ran a 256.9 on Arian and a 242.7 on Sonic. Both times are very average, I would say, for the faster cars. So it's in the top third of the cars. If you can run a time under 3 minutes on Arian, that's actually a decent time for the cars. I would put that in the top half. So this car is okay. It really is. It handles okay. It has good acceleration from the low end, but the second it gets into the higher end gears, it just falls apart. Like when you hit 200 miles per hour, you've got absolutely nothing left. It takes forever to accelerate to top speed, which is a little disappointing in my opinion. But anyway, it's okay. It's an okay car. It puts up decent times because it has okay cornering. And like I said, it accelerates good from a low end. So here is my track build for the Vulcan. It's that 460 horsepower engine, the Ultimate Plus engine parts, dual turbo, and the 5x3 pound NOS. I went with the track suspension, elite brakes, and elite race tires, elite plus clutch, elite 7-speed gearbox, super track differential, NOS refills and duration, and then steering sensitivity +2, downforce -2, traction control off, drift style on gas. Alright, let's move on to the drag build. Alright, unfortunately, the track build, being just average, is about as good as it gets for this car. So the drag build is worse than the track build, the drift build is even worse, and the off-road build is horrendous. Every single build on this car is not very good. The track build is okay, it's fine to race. Even that is just sort of an average build, but I'll give these to you anyway. So in the drag build, I tested it. We actually want to swap the engine over to the 640 horsepower 8.4 liter V10. Gives it a little bit of a better boost for the quarter mile and the 0 to 60. I was able to get it down to 2.1 for the 0 to 60, which is pretty slow in Need for Speed Heat, and 8.87, again, not the fastest in Need for Speed Heat. So I really wouldn't recommend using this as a sleeper car or something that you want to race people in drag races and Need for Speed Heat lobbies. Anyway, the full build is that 640 horsepower engine, Ultimate Plus engine parts, dual turbo, and the 1x15 pound NOS. You've got track suspension, elite brakes, drag tires, and the elite plus clutch, elite 7-speed gearbox, super track differential, NOS refills and duration, and then steering sensitivity at 2, downforce all the way down -5, and traction control off, drift style on gas. Alright, let's move on to the drift build. So this drift build actually took me a little bit to figure out because it really is terrible. Like there's just not a good combination to make this car drift and score well. But here's what I came up with. I've tested a bunch of different things, and what I found is the 640 horsepower engine is the best. It gives you a lot of torque, and so that's the best engine for drifting. But we also had to switch around your suspension, the tires, and the differential to try to get it right. And I also put in a 5-speed gearbox. So anyway, let's just give you the full build. It only scores about 48,000 points for that drift section that's like right outside the racetrack. So this is really just not a good car to drift. I mean, it's possible, and if you have a lot of skill with drifting, you can definitely 3-star everything, but it really is gonna take some skill to make this thing score high enough. All right, so anyway, the full drift build is that 640 engine, Ultimate Plus engine parts, Ultimate dual turbo, and the 5x3 pound NOS, super speed cross suspension, elite brakes, elite showcase tires, elite plus clutch, super 5-speed gearbox, and the pro drift differential, NOS refills and duration, steering sensitivity at +5, downforce -5, traction control off, and drift style on gas. All right, lastly, let's take a look at the off-road build. Again, not a very good car. In fact, it's almost the worst off-road car in the entire game. The only one that's worse than this, I believe, is the Raptor. But after that, there are no other cars worse than these two. Anyway, I test my off-road build on both HTV2 and Rumble, and then I combine those times and I use that combined time to rank them. So this car ranks 80th out of 81 cars that I've tested. That's terrible. It's only that and the Raptor. That's it at the bottom of the list. It runs a time of 156.7 on HTV2 and 333.5 on Rumble. That's crazy. Above 330 on Rumble. That is so slow. It's just terrible. It doesn't have any acceleration in the dirt for some reason. It just really does poorly. So I don't want to spend too much time on this build because it's just garbage. But if you want this car off-road, here is my build. 460 horsepower, 6.2 liter V8. So that's back to the original engine that I used for the track build. Ultimate Plus engine parts, Ultimate dual turbo, and the 5x3 pound NOS. Super rally suspension, elite brakes, elite off-road tires, elite plus clutch, elite 7-speed gearbox, and the super rally differential. NOS refills and duration as always. Steering sensitivity at +5, downforce at +2. It really struggles with traction in the dirt. So +2 under downforce, you might even be able to go up even more than that. But the higher you go on the downforce, the lower your top speed is going to be in the dirt. So be careful on that. Anyway, traction control is off. Drift style is on gas. Hey, before I go, shout out to all the Heat 5 members of the channel. If you want to see your name up here with the rest of these legends, all you have to do is click the join button below and become a Heat 5 member. By doing this, you'll be supporting the channel in ways you will not believe, and you get all kinds of sweet perks like members only streams and specific exclusive Discord channel access. And with that, I'm going to end the video. I really do appreciate everyone's support on this series. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My DMs are always open. And shout out to all the Militia subs and all the members. I will catch you on the next one. Trigger out.